beginning I'll talk about my research a little bit and my motivations for having volunteered for this project. In the middle I'll talk about the technology. Is it possible is the basic theme of the middle. I mean, what is required to actually pull this mission off. And in the last part I'll talk about why, so personally as well as on a societal level. So the possibility that humans will move to Mars in the next 10 to 20 years, I think is something we can put money on. So I believe, and you can wait 10 to 20 years to see whether I'm correct, that people will be living on Mars within 20 years, somewhere else. So where is that somewhere else? Well, the universe is a big place, so the fact that we haven't found evidence of life anywhere yet, at least in the public domain, is not because there's nothing, not because there's no life out there. In my opinion, there probably is, just because the universe is a big place, and we've only become good at looking at faraway places relatively recently. In terms of being a heavy chef, yes, I am completely prepared to give up my life on Earth for the possibility to contribute to the discovery of evidence of life on Mars. It's a good candidate for having one supported life. And furthermore, establishing life on Mars for the first time from Earth. People often ask me if I have a bucket list. No, if the departure was tomorrow, I would be absolutely ready to go. I think at this point in history, we are not only capable of seeing the big picture. I mean, for everyone who has a smartphone, that is not only your Uber ride home or whatever, that's also the sum of human knowledge in your hand. You have access to the sum of human knowledge in your hand. Okay, of course there's some things that we can't store electronically, but it's pretty close to it in terms of what we have access to on the internet. So we don't only have the ability to see the big picture, but we have the necessity to see the big picture. Now more than ever, it's becoming clear that our resources on this planet are finite, and I think it's imperative that we think about the big picture. So in my mind at least, the big picture means thinking objectively. So not many of us have had the privilege of seeing Earth from this perspective, but people who have been to space, there are only 580 something of them in total in history who have ever been to space. For me, of course, I'd be prepared to give up my life on Earth for the possibility to contribute to new science, not just sort of incrementally new science, but completely new science. We might even discover evidence of life on Mars. This life will probably, in my opinion, be related to us. Maybe it's fossilized, maybe not. Certainly not on the surface, not big, there are no big life forms on the surface as far as we've seen. We've been observing Mars for almost 50 years now. Where life could be living is under the surface where we haven't looked, or possibly there's fossilized life from a time when Mars had oceans, because yes, I don't have time to go into all this history, but Google it. So Mars once had oceans as far as we can tell. So there's a high probability of finding fossilized evidence of life. This would be the biggest possible contribution of science to humanity. Are we alone? That is the most profound possible thing science can do, in my opinion, and of course I'd be prepared to give up my life to contribute to that discovery.